Okay, so we're gonna test out our gear and see how it works in the cold weather. And we've got a temperature right now of, do you know what our temperature is?
I think it's 2, feels like minus 20.
Feels like minus 20. So we figured why not give our gear a test, or me give my gear a test. Sorry, still learning how to do this. In the cold. So we're gonna take a walk, maybe say hi, Jim.
Hey.
We're gonna take a walk now. We're gonna go probably 3 or 4 miles. Depends on how cold it feels and how good our gear works. So we'll check in soon. Okay, we are a mile in and doing good. We're walking fast enough that we're creating body heat. And so I'll go through all my layers after we get back. Really good about what I have. And I feel like if the temps were to ever get this cold, which I don't expect them to, but you never know, I feel like I'm pretty good, at least while I'm moving. So we'll check in again. We're in the woods now, and there's at least a foot of snow, and we're post-holing through, which is good. It's a good workout. Not sure if you can see the lake. See the snow just blowing across that open span of ice. But we're still post-holing through, which is exhausting. But it's a short amount of time. But it's so beautiful. Even in the cold. It's truly beautiful. Good to be alive. Doing pretty good. Not feeling too cold. Gonna keep going. So we are on the side of the lake where the wind is coming right at us. can't see it. I'm gonna do that, see? Jim's putting his goggles on. It's super windy here. I'm not sure if the audio is gonna work on this. Hey, go ahead. Woo! Holy cow. It's constant. Still feeling protected though. Decided to walk around the edge of the lake to get back to the house. Feeling pretty confident that it's frozen. We'll see. Okay, this is the gear that I wore out in the temperatures that we just had. I had this base layer smart wool, but that's my go-to base layer for winter hiking in the White Mountains. Then I had this second layer. It is also smart wool and it has a DWR treatment. So that's going to keep me a little bit, give me a little extra protection against a drizzle or light rain, or maybe even some snow dropping from trees without having to be too concerned. And it being smart wool also will have the moisture wicking properties, and it's very warm. It's heavy. It's a piece of gear that I keep trying to decide if I want to bring or if I don't want to bring. Because I'm starting in February, I think that this is what I need to have. It's got a thicker, tighter weave, and so it's going to be more protective against wind and cold. So I'm gonna at least start out with that, maybe use that through the Smokies. And then I had that little smart wool beanie on underneath with that blue and white buff you see over on the left. And then I had my Mountain Hardwear puffy. And then I had my rain jacket on over for wind protection. So that was what I wore in the temps we have today. And I also had these EMS fleece liners. With these, I just got these and they're pretty good. They're Burton waterproof, they're Gore-Tex, and they're insulated. My upper body was plenty warm. There were a couple times when I actually took my hoods off, and I didn't even put the Mountain Hardwear and the raincoat hoods on at all until we were in direct wind. And we were coming across the ice, so it was pretty straight on wind. So that's what I had for my upper body. So this is what I had on the bottom. So as you can see, I have those tall smart wool socks and these smart wool base layer pants. They're the intra knit, excuse me, which means that they have different weaves in different spots, I believe, such as like you can see the area of my knee where the knees are. It's woven differently, so I believe you can get more stretch and give for any sports or activities. And then I have these parachute pants that I picked up at REI, which I love. They're a little thin, but they have, excuse me, but they do have a DWR treatment on them. So I liked that. I like the fit because it's very loose and flowy. So if it were a little warm, I'm not gonna have something that's really tight fitting and close fitting. So there'll be some airflow. They're also pretty thin. So on a day like today, where the wind chill was -18, it was important to have something under them. I don't think they would have been good without. And then these are the shoes I've decided to start out with. And my reason being, they're Gore-Tex and they're also Vibram Mega Grip on the bottom. So I normally don't hike in boots except in the winter with spikes or snowshoes. But I've decided to start out the AT with these shoes, these boots, because they are insulated and they're Gore-Tex. And I'm worried about my trail runners, which I normally wear the Olympus for all hiking. I'm worried that they're just going to be too cold for my feet. I've done some tests with the Olympus 4 and Smart Wool and seal skins, and I wasn't hiking for very long, and it was definitely less than 20 degrees out when I needed a foot warmer pretty quick. So I just feel like this is the right decision, at least to get me through the Smokies, and then I'll swap them out for my trail runners that I use. But these have been pretty good. I've been doing a lot of walking around town, a lot of road walking, a little bit in the woods, a lot of trail walking, just to get them broken in and identify any issues that I might have. So they definitely have some miles on them already, but that's good. At least I know how my feet are going to feel in them when I hit the trail. So that's what I had on today, and that's what kept me warm. I was very protected and it felt good. Hope you enjoyed. Leave me some questions if you want in the comments section. Just drop them in down there. And we're getting close to start date. Getting real close. I figured I'd end the video with a beautiful shot of our puppy. And her name is Katahdin. And as you can see, Katahdin is all bundled up, nice and cozy on this cold winter day. Take a rest, puppy.